So if you came for the Neil Diamond show, you're a night early. But stick around because we're going to have some fun here tonight. So I'm glad to see there's so many Neil Young fans here in Surprise. So if you like storytelling, by the way, my name is David Grant, and I'll be your host. Okay, but you guys are going to need a good imagination because I am not Neil Young. But for tonight, we're going to pretend I am. Okay? So I'm going to go back there and I'm going to get Neil, and he's going to come out here and tell you a bunch of stories. And so he's still there. Okay, so let's see where we go from Ohio. Oh, I know where we go from Ohio. Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young in its first incarnation didn't last long, as you know. But we made a lot of money. It was great. So what it did, it afforded me the opportunity to buy a beautiful ranch up in Northern California, up in the Redwoods. And the ranch came with a caretaker, an old man and his wife. And I wrote a song about that, like everything else I do. And my dad actually thought I wrote this song about him, but I never told him I did. This is about the caretaker. And so I wrote a few songs. So this is up in the ranch, as I said, up in Northern California. It was like a song factory up there. I was writing a bunch of songs. And I took some of them out to Nashville. I was booked for the Johnny Cash show, so I went out to Nashville and I planned on recording out there. And James Taylor and Linda Ronstadt were on the same show with me. So that was cool. It was a great show. Then after the show was over, they came back with me to the recording studio and helped out on a couple of the songs that I did. James Taylor actually played the banjo on this song, but it was my banjo. It was a 6-string banjo tuned like a guitar, so that's why banjo players can never figure out how to do those licks, because they're not really banjo licks. So we actually recorded the songs at the ranch, but we brought them back to the ranch to mix. But let me do a couple of songs from that time period. I don't really, just to see where we're at here. So these were on the Harvest album, which a lot of people say might have been my best album. But see what you think. Oh man, look at my life, I'm a lot like you. Oh man, look at my life, 24 and there's so much more. Live alone in a paradise, makes me think of two. Love lost, such a cause, give me things that won't get lost. Like a coin that won't get tossed, rolling home to you. Oh man, look at my life, I'm a lot like you. I need someone to love me the whole night through. I wanna look in my eyes and you can tell that's true. Lullabies, look in your eyes, run around the same old town. Doesn't mean that much to me, doesn't mean that much to you. I've been first and last, look at how the time goes past, and I'm all alone at last, going home to you. tell that's true. Oh man, look at my life, I'm a lot like you were. Oh man, look at my life, I'm a lot like you. Yeah, you guys have I sound much better the more drinks you guys have, so feel free. Okay, so now, meanwhile, back at the ranch, we were in Nashville doing some recording, but we took all the tapes back to the ranch, and we mixed them along with some other songs. And actually, Crosby, Stills, and Nash were on that album of Harvest. And so one day we were mixing some songs, and Graham Nash came up to my house, and he wanted to hear, because he was on a couple of the songs, he wanted to hear the mix. So I kind of fooled him. You know, what I did was, up in my house, I put these giant speakers, and I opened all the windows in my house, and I had the left bank of the PA system going to my house. And over in the barn, I had the barn door wide open, had giant speakers in there, and the right channel playing out of there. He thought we were going to listen to it on headphones, you know. So we came over there, and I took him down. I had a lake in front of my house, little lake, and we went down and sat on a boat, and we were drinking beer, and we were piping that music through the valley. It was unbelievable. It sounded great. And I remember my producer came running down and said, "Hey, Neil, how's it sound down here?" And I said, "Well, we need more barn." Graham Nash loves that story. So this is the song we were listening to, and this goes out to the lady at table 11. So let's see if I can remember how to do this one. Someone were down by the pond, searching for something to plant on the lawn. Out in the fields they were turning the soil. I'm sitting here hoping this water will boil. So I look through my window and out on the road. They're bringing me presents and saying hello.